What is up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to another video. It's been a little while. I was on vacation, and just coming back from vacation, I was just absolutely cooked. Like, it's just so draining. It was a long road trip, so I just needed some time off, even from the charts, because I was short selling inside of this range, and that got me like a good like 10K. And once I continued selling, so obviously once I took a few losses, I was just like, okay, like I'm not dialed in right now, so I probably should just step away and let it play out so I don't lose any more money. And so what I'm looking for right now, starting from the weekly time frame, is the fact that we had this immediate rebalance. So as I mentioned, immediate rebalance typically happens if price wants to continue going lower so that no new fair value gap forms. And my narrative for the sells that I was taking was the fact that the month of June was supposed to be bearish. But if we go to the monthly time frame, it ended up closing bullish because yesterday it ran up like an insane amount. So that's what I wasn't expecting. I was honestly expecting it to close bearish, maybe even pull a little bit lower, because the fact that June closed gave us a new 3-month fair value gap right there. So that can be obviously a big draw on liquidity. And if we have bearish targets like we do right here, like bearish areas that we can sell from, like first of all, we have this one. Like I'm expecting today's daily candle, which has 3 hours left, to close somewhere inside of this one, right? And if it closes inside of this gap, then we might get a little bit of a wick in the next daily candle up here, and then probably start selling off. Maybe even like the next candle closing up here. That's definitely a possibility as well. But I'm expecting it still to like eventually run lower. One of the main targets that I had this entire like month was from the monthly open below the open, and I'm not sure why I like completely switched around once it hit it, and I was looking for sells when I should have been anticipating that the fact that we came below the monthly open, we'd get some buy side. And I just simply was not thinking clearly. Like genuinely looking at it now, it makes so much sense. Like we came below the open, we respected a bullish FVG, we also respected this IFVG right here, and everything was just lining up for buy side, and I have no idea why I couldn't like think clearly. Like I don't know what was stopping me from turning my narrative around. Like yes, there is a 3-month FVG that's gonna open, but in that like narrative, or like in this scenario with this price action, it was all pointing towards buy side, and the only thing that was holding me back was my mind. And so I definitely missed on a little bit of a generational run right here. I could have definitely walked away with a lot of profit. This trade might have even gotten me to like 30-40K in a single day. And so I'm just a little frustrated that I wasn't thinking clearly, that I wasn't focused. And that was just because of like the circumstances I was in. I was in a road trip. There wasn't even service, and I was just like, I was trading for fun. And it was kind of like just getting to me when I saw this start running up, and I'm like, okay, I don't understand, and I wasn't on my computer, so I couldn't just like literally zoom out and look at it. So that's why it's so important to have like 2 different environments, 2 different charts, that you can like look back and like reset what your narrative was. So obviously now my narrative is that we close inside of this one, we wick into this IFVG up here, because there's nothing right here, no IFVGs. So there is technically a Reaper right here, super tiny Reaper that looks like exactly where it's closing. So that could be a point where it sells off. We'll see this week. Let's check the Forex Factory again. We have, so once Asia session opens, we're approaching this right here, which is still a decent probability day. And then Thursday we have NFP. Actually, no, it's not going to be the highest probability. Especially after a big move like this, we're probably going to consolidate for the rest of the week. I'm definitely expecting that can be a possibility because it's NFP, non-farm employment change, and then we have a bank holiday, which is July, 4th of July. So yeah, that is my analysis for this week, what I'm expecting, and kind of like my psychology and what happened, and how I'm upset at myself because I wasn't like optimally thinking clearly. I was so set on the bearish narrative, which is good. Like I obviously drop a lot of risk when I'm really confident in the trade, and it ends up like pooling a lot of money for me. Like I get a lot of money out of the market whenever I do that. But if I'm wrong, then I can lose just as much. And so it's very important that you have these kind of two environments where I guess like my phone's the main one that I use, but then like whenever I check on my laptop, I can kind of zoom out and see a different perspective. And it definitely helps keep the mind clear, keep the narrative like true to the price action and not to your like mind, because you can be stuck on something like in your mind and it's not the real narrative that the price was telling me. Like in this case, like I was bearish, but the narrative was bullish and price was clearly telling me this, and I knew that as well because I was aiming for this monthly open right there for like the longest time. So like when it came down below that, I should have just switched around right away, especially in the last freaking day of the month. That was just foolish of me. So yeah, that's a lesson that I personally learned for myself, and this video is kind of like a journal for that. And I hope you guys learned from my narrative and you guys see what to expect. This is kind of like a simple thing. So we had the weekly rebalance, then we have the daily IFVG, daily bearish FVG, and then we have the 3-month FVG that just opened because of this month. So we're expecting that to potentially, at least the month, to come down, rebalance this wick right here. That's definitely a possibility as well. Even if it just wants to go up, I'm gonna be selling from here, I think, no matter what. So yeah, catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.